Welcome back to the Bazaar. I'm Inko, and while the Stella grind might be over, she's still a part of normal hero rotation, and I love the character to bits. So let's go see how she's performing later into the season now that more people know how to counter her, more people know how to play her. Are we still just pushing runabout? What's happening? Shop one middle, you love to see it.
If I don't have what you need,
Aerial turn on the first page. I have heard that I'm not pushing Balloon Engine hard enough. I could just buy Balloon Engine Kite, call it a day. And I played a whole lot of aerial turret recently, so you know what? Screw it. This is a perfectly functional day one build. Lets me play into Balloon Engine, which I haven't gotten to do in ages. Here is a chance at Cinders to help that Balloon Engine along. There we go, immediately. Things are looking up for the build. And hey, there's Pyro to help that Balloon Engine along the way. This is actually a really, really solid start for Balloon Engine, which I'm very happy to see, because I feel like I've been underplaying, and I feel like it's more consistent than I gave it credit for in my guide. And probably a better line than Ball Blaster. Although it has like the least consistent end game, I think it actually has the strongest, like as of day 2, I think it's the strongest build you can be doing for Stealth. It just requires you to hit the right pieces, but generally I think you have a very good shot of hitting those pieces. We'll have to see how it actually plays out though. Anyways, Pyro's down. What do we hit? Oh, that is unfortunate. The 1 and 4 for nothing. I think I just take gold here. I think the way this play is lighter worth it. No, we have to run Kite just to get what we need. Yeah, I'm gonna take 4 gold here. I can't really justify a shop there when I have to roll on Pip as well. This is the problem. You're supposed to just click right-handed when you're here. You're not supposed to roll, but oh well. And we have made things worse for ourselves. Defense grid is very good in the mirrors down the line, but certainly we're not thrilled with what we've done. The Kite is a toy though, so that's a very good for us with Tiny Furry Monster as a backup. Unfortunately, he did not hear the news that he was supposed to be the backup and is offering us completely useless skills. I will cash these 2 in, hold this for later. The medkit's useless. Probably gonna lose day 1, but it's not a terrible day 1 board. We will 100% have aerial turret online for its second shot, but we're up against Ball Blaster with right-handed, and you know, if I had a handed buff, I would just feel like I was gonna kill him in time, but I don't. I've made questionable decisions. His burn's awful though. It's just Ball Blaster, and it's only a bronze Ball Blaster with only 2 tools, so we should be fine here actually. It's fairly close to not being fine. In fact, it's not fine. We almost lived long enough, but you'll notice that base 10 damage isn't very good. We really needed to hit a burn skill for my decisions to make sense here, but I really want to play the Balloon Engine line. I don't want to do aerial turret again. I've done aerial turret to death and back. I'm going to push gold here. I don't want to go into anything to do with vehicles. I know I'm going to go to Ayla, see the runabout, and that's going to be the build for the rest of the run. Andy, there's tons of small support items I'm happy to pick up. Honestly, Blowtorch isn't bad. I'm low on board right now, or burn rather. So having that to help out will be beneficial. I'm not going to go Red Lantern. If I'm going to Balloon Engine, my damage is mostly passive. With the Blowtorch, I actually think we just do that. We do roll though. There's plenty of other things we can find that are meaningful supports. None of that though. I don't have anything that stops flight is the problem. So how much burn do I deal initially? At 4 seconds, this is falling off. So we deal 3, 6. Does this maintain our burn? Every 4 seconds, we deal 3. Every 3 seconds, we deal 2. Our burn steadily falls off. We lose to ether, right? I'm not convinced. Oh, okay, there is a solution to that though. Yeah, true, true. I guess I have to run it this way. I can do with this to get the best of both worlds, sort of. This should beat Aetherite, but it's a bad board. However, it will get us to a 0-second aerial turret fast enough. Worst case RNG might be a bit sketchy, especially if we get crit along the way, but we should probably be fine. You know, okay, we're not gonna get any experience, are we? We got worst case RNG and crit. You know what? This run's fucking cursed. But we'll tough it out. Oh man. I actually think no crit we do end up winning that, but with the Kite. The Balloon Engine there was an egregious mistake. Anyway, I need plus burn. We don't have plus burn. Things are looking bad. This is very, very quickly falling apart.
Come on in. Let's chat.
Firebomb headset here to save the day. We're probably fine now. It's worth upgrading the flysicle. It could come back to bite me with very specific hang glider problems down the line. That's very good. What's not good is that I'm not leveling up today, though. Like, not even close to leveling up. I'm down an entire monster fight. So us winning this would be highly unlikely, but theoretically possible. I guess this is the best I've got. It's real bad, though. My opponent could be weak enough to let me kill him, though. It's not a guaranteed loss. The fact he is in Legend does imply that I will be losing, though. Ooh, Silver Ball Blaster, that's just dead. That basically kills me the first time it goes off, which, like, it will go off at least once, and I certainly am not going to heal back to full afterwards. Yeah, it's just like, what am I going to do? I was probably losing that, even if I had the full board, but certainly with this little health, I'm not winning it. I'm really not doing the balloon engine line justice with this absolutely scuffed opening. Flashbang can help, but we need to level up here. Not enough tools to justify that line. The Cinder is fantastic, though. Midsworth, if I see... Oh, no. I think if I see a runabout, I actually do try to pivot into it here. Which isn't good. You don't want to be doing that. I'm going to sell him this aerial turret. That's obviously never happening. And I'm going to roll. I don't much care for the tiers there. It's not what I need. That is what I need. Goodbye, lighter. Hello, marshalling lights. And I'm going to not click on them. Oh shit, this guy has small refresh. Have I thrown a second fight? I was gonna say I'm not gonna click on the mosquito. I thought that was the dangerous thing. However, this guy's purging 1 burn every time he activates an item. I think I do enough. It's relatively close though. I'm not quite sure I do enough. It's questionable. We're reloading the flashbang, so it's working out for us. Ooh, wait. The flashbang did end up in a pretty bad spot by the end of it, where it's flying without ammo, which is going to take ages for it to fix. So it's probably just stuck not going off. But we do have 40 burn and 50 regen, so I think we win in Sandstorm. I think we've managed to not quite destroy this run. We're fine. It wasn't close. I'm not making catastrophic mistakes. What are you talking about? He definitely didn't almost tie with 160 shield post-death. I have to go defense here. I don't have a choice. My health is so bad that I have to do anything I can to fix it. Artisan Dunes, thank you for showing up. Now, unfortunately, we probably are just dead. And there is absolutely nothing that can be done about it. The way to win, I think, is actually to do this. And just hope this dumps enough burn on the first volley that you can win while the flashbang is stalling. Because I'm obviously never winning a long fight when I'm down a level. My health difference is such a problem right now.
My fight isn't with you, but if you insist.
Shark calls at silver. Langshan. Yeah, I feel justified in saying we're not winning a long fight. Also, Julian is here. Theoretically, though, the flashbang should do huge work here. He has no acceleration, so we're slowing down the Lang, slowing down the Julian. Of course, the slow hits exactly the flashbang, though. It looks like it didn't. It might have mattered. It's real close to having lost because the bolas and the amber hit exactly the flashbang. But I don't think it ended up being the reason. I think it's just level difference. And that's all that fight is. It's just you can't be down a level for no reason in the early game. Ornithopter's great. Firebomb is the game plan. Well, at least I have a full board today, so that's cool. But we can't afford to roll there.
Workshops on the rise.
So what's the play here? Ornithopter and stop. I think I want another flight actually over the lighter, because it's dealing way more burn initially, and it's getting us to the point where marshalling lights are working and forcing reloads on the correct things faster. And in this situation, it's probably just buff the regen. Do I care about anything else with Ornithopter? Not really. I think this is the way I want to do it. And all of these options make me very sad. I'm gonna go middle, but there's a lot of things here that just waste my time and money. I don't really think there's a way to play drafting table here. And rolling is questionable, but I'm doing it. There's a lot of hits. Also a lot of misses. So the super frustrating thing here is being down 3 wins on Stell's very, very bad. It puts me in a really high pressure situation where I kind of need to be winning all the rest of my games. Because, like, if I do lose 2 more times, sure, I'm not dead. I just have to win on day 15. But as Stell, reliably winning on day 15 coming from a balloon engine board sounds very, very hard. Like, we got the build to where it was supposed to be yesterday. And if I just not thrown the ether out, I think we'd be fine. But, you know, overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer, or in this case, a quick and violent killer. We are pushing the balloon value very, very high, though. Let's try to get some experience back. Level me up. Nope, never mind. Well, it is a legend duly. I suspect they will not be letting me get away with my mistakes. I'm trying to decide if there's ever a world where Piggles protectors at 68 every 4 are necessary here. I think this is that world. I think I need to do that. Like, it's a weird random item to have, but that's just a lot of shield per second, and I'm working with a health deficit as a burn build. I need to make it up. Brick Buddy, Companion Core, Monitor Lizard, and Missiles. I've been wondering how Monitor Lizard would actually perform. I've never actually gotten to see someone play it yet. So, how does it do? Is this actually enough to kill me? Because it feels like it probably is. No, actually. Brick Buddy might get me. It's close. I think Brick Buddy barely stalls me out. I'm not building burn fast enough to get through the final ramp. Unfortunate. It's not Monitor Lizard that does this, it's Brick Buddy. It is the 2.5 second Brick Buddy and a full friend board, and I'm just not able to get through it. But thankfully, that's just a loss to Brick Buddy Monitor Lizard, which I'm thrilled to say is possible. Not super convincing myself that Balloon Engine's the way to go when I lose to that, though. Is this a low roll? Obviously, being down a level is not good, but what's being down a level actually doing in that fight? Yeah, it feels like I've made questionable decisions pursuing this line, but we're gonna keep trying. I can't justify buying that. Not on day 5 before the big pivot day. Man, these are certainly some of the skills of all time. So are those. All right, I'm gonna take the regen and try to do lunchbox things. Too little, too late, probably. And I'll go to JJ. There are too many things I can hit that would matter, but frankly, I'm expecting to get nothing for my time here. Well, I wish I hadn't used the diamond scrap already, but I think it's gotta be you.
Happy to make a sale. Sad to say goodbye.
So I think right now it just goes in there. Probably here instead. But I just want to lower its cooldown and fly it more frequently. Every time the Ornithopter goes off, it basically full triggers the pogo stick. I don't know. I'm going to do this, see how it plays out. It feels good to me based on Stell intuition, but I don't know that it's actually going to be good. I'd love to go Scoville and make up for lost time. I'm pretty sure that's not how it's going to play out. Maybe with the flashbang, though. Can I have shield? No, we beat Scoville. We have a lot of shield in the pogo stick, and we have a being charged flashbang to delay them. We should win this and help make up the experience deficit. This gets me 1 Bazaar con from leveling up on time, and I would really like to level up on time at some point during the run. Yeah, so the flashbang's going off way earlier than otherwise would. We actually have a decent shield generator now. I think this actually does something. I don't have to feel bad about my Ornithopter positioning anymore because it's on something that's toggling anyway. Yeah, did we get there? It did get through my shield eventually, but it did the job it needed to. It's just, I'm not confident in this for day 5, and I need to be confident in this because we are out of time. Well, that opens up some other pivots for us, actually. Come on. Yikes. I don't generate anything, so I can just go into the fight. That's good, I guess. I have no way to use the low roller effectively right now. It's not entirely true. I could run blowtorch, low roller, marshalling lights over something. I think I'd much rather have the regen and the defenses and just go loose the pig. He's on 3 wins, which implies he's either crooking it, where he's got like a money tree security system or some really interesting combination of stuff to enable burn or jank. But Showcase, Stinger, Bandages, Wrist Warrior, Piggles, Ring King, Slingshot. It's not like super impressive, but it's a fully enabled Silver Showcase, and I think that'll be enough shield to stop me, but I don't know. The damage isn't crazy with the items he has to use, but I think it's enough. He doesn't purge my burn very effectively at all, and my shield... It depends on where my flies land. I need to eventually re-enable this flashbang, and that doesn't seem to be happening. So we have a problem here. Oh, also, apparently at some point something shielded for 1,000. I'm guessing that was a random crit there. That's definitely the nail in my coffin. So being 0-5 on Stealth, I think this is like the first time in 100 games I've ever managed to do this, which is wild. Thankfully, it's pivot day, and I'm sure everything's gonna go uphill from here. I'm sure we're about to turn it all around. Hilariously, these last two losses really had almost nothing to do with my level deficit. I just wouldn't beat those, period, end of story. But Arrow is here. He has the pivot. It's happened to me before. Come on. Yeah, Lava Roller doubles its burn after the burn goes off, so it's very bad. I can't YOLO buy the Karakara, assuming it matters to my pivot. Stellar Swallowtail, you say? I mean, there are things here that are useful to me. I want the paper airplane, for instance, but that's really not what I was spending 6 gold for, my guy.
20 light year warranty.
I could try for the Steam Washer. It helps build into, like, hanger setups a little bit. I think the Firebomb is, at this point, replaceable. We'd rather just Force Flight onto Flashbang as marshalling lights are turning things off. Nothing's forcing the turn off onto Flashbang is the problem, so I'm also increasing the chance I mess it up. Grumble, grumble. Yeah, I want more toggles to maximize the chance Flashbang is one of only 2 items in flight. No Polisher either on my fly toggling build, which is super unfortunate. There's no room for the Steam Washer right now, but I think the real answer is that Kite's gotta go, and this makes my current build better. I don't have a lot of flight for anything else now is the problem. Hello, Freefall Set. I wish I hadn't just bought the Steam Washer. Toss the Extract, toss the Piggles Protector, bring this in, buy Freefall, and roll, try to go into Mag Shield. Not happening. Spend the last of my gold starting to do regen things tomorrow after I die. Sounds like suicide. Okay, I think this is what I'm doing. Even with the fly toggling, I don't think a bronze headset has any place on the board. I'll go after Lone Shark for max gold. Is Lone Shark even max gold? I think Foreman might be better. It's weird because Foreman has the 2 largest, but this guy has 2 skills and only 7 items. They're definitely really close in value. I'm not sure who's higher on average. What I do know is that I feel terrible about the situation I'm in. I've never gotten to go to day 16 on Stealth before. It's always been like the builds that could win on day 16 to win on day 13 when I'm playing Stealth, but this is the first time we're gonna do something else. I just can't go to Sterling. That doesn't win the run. We have to go to Barcoon and find a different build. That Dagger Wing is not winning any games. Definitely not on day 15. We're not doing that. Well, that's a shame. I will toss them these smallest. They're not going to be relevant. Much as I want to buy a close to reduce roll cost by 2, stash space is becoming a problem. Fuck it.
I'll show you stumps back home. I'm gonna be a business trip.
Andy, what do you got? I don't know what I need. That's certainly a good item, and honestly, so is the Freeze Bomb. The Freeze Bomb opens up new lines. Is Pogo Stick out at that point? We bring this in. We bring in the Freeze Bomb. I think this works. Pogo Stick's big and awkward, and I want to do Freeze Bomb things.
That suits you beautifully.
I would obviously like to be running a headset, but it is a bronze headset, and everything else on my board seems like it's doing more, so no thanks.
Friendly sparring, right?
I feel much stronger than I did the previous days, even though I'm still under-leveled. But having a hard time imagining we're going to pull it out. Water Wheel Vince is honestly pretty terrible. What are your crit chances? Just 10% across the board? You get pretty unlucky to lose this, but it's happened before. No crits so far. I'm actually behind on burn with no crits, which is kind of wild.
You fall like a boulder.
I lost by 10 health with perfect RNG. Well, ain't that a bitch? That's that much burn, huh? It is a 20 burn volcanic vents with permanent haste, I guess. Kind of wild. Also, net launcher really did hurt me a lot, but not like the biggest deal, to be honest. And yeah, that's just straight up dead because I lost the ether, So, what have we learned? Don't click on etherite with an unfinished balloon engine. Cool. Very valuable lesson. Utterly shocked to hear it. I could take everything to gold tier. I'm doing that. That's so many upgrades in addition to a usable headset. So the headset's gonna come into the build now. And I guess it's gotta be replacing the airplane. If I get any sort of build where I can go into hangar, I think I just don't want to roll, period. I'm gonna take left-handed here. Just because I don't want to roll and there's not many skills that really matter a ton. Because I need to be able to liquidate my bank to go to Ayla and get something worth doing. Yeah, it would be you. No, I shouldn't have gone to Ayla. I should be trying to pivot somewhere else. That has to be exactly hang glider. It's not worth the gold to roll. Gonna go for a random tool. So how much stronger are we against something like Treasure Turtle? Obviously, we lose the pirate. Everyone loses the pirate. So I'm not gonna make up my experience there. But it feels to me like this should be much, much stronger. No, it's actually kind of shit. We're at 150 burn, like 10 seconds in. Who even cares? What an incredibly mediocre thing to be doing. It's fine. We have a lot of gold items that become valuable parts of a different board, just not this one. All right, Quixel, what do you have?
Everyone here is huge. It's terrifying.
Birdcage can do a whole hell of a lot of shield scaling for me. Frankly, I'm not sure it will ever do enough. I can't take that. Yep, all right, cool. Sterling the Clamorer. Okay, JJ it is. I'm willing to liquidate the pivot into something. I just have to be all for, you know, something. I've got goggles and a headset. Okay, I'm gonna toss the steam washer. I'm going to buy the Pillbuggy. It's a 0 gold roll. Let's see what's on the next page. That's about right. I actually do want that lunchbox if I can grab it tomorrow, or with the leftover gold. So what is the best possible way to toggle the hell out of this thing if I need it to also like be gaining crit chance? If I did this, the Ornithopter is going to go off with the Freefall Sim. The Freefall Sim is going to go off at 3, go off at 5, a little bit before that because of the headset. It's going to toggle both of these on and off. Then Marshalling Light slams it all back down. All 3 of these go into flight, come back down. We're looping. We're getting tons of haste, tons of crit scaling. That's the build. And then we have some random stuff to interfere on the left, and we have our stash, which is not helping. I'm committing to that, keeping the things for a Pillbuggy pivot, and grabbing the lunchbox because I have the regen skill. Now, you can look at this and be like, wow, you have nothing. And I'm pretty close to having nothing. But I think there's a very real chance this wins on day 7. I don't know how to envision what I'm about to do is the problem. Recycling bin vial launcher on day 7 with 6 potions. Great, perfect. We still have a chance. I don't think he has anything too crazy for it. It's just a question of how much scaling do I really have? How fast does this get? I don't know. It seems pretty good. I do need to live a little bit longer, but Flashbang did it for me. Barely. But we got there. We need to improve this rather tremendously going into tomorrow, but I mean, I genuinely don't think the balloon engine build was doing, because it was doing nothing all run, despite how hyped for it I was. So gold tier skills versus burn and weapon. I think it's got to be gold tier. You're a vehicle, right? Awesome. I was like, I haven't had expert pilot with Pillbuggy before. It was all just dealt enough damage without it, but I'm pretty sure that's part of the combo. So I gotta go get the regen to buy the time that I need. The awkward thing here, I guess I want to do this and position that way for the haste. Oh yeah, that's obviously better. It's kind of upsetting that I didn't do that yesterday. I'm sure someone was screaming at their screen, but oh well, here we are. The Clamra almost has some usability. The rest of this has none. It's also worth less. So I'll go to eating contest. I'll actually spend the extra gold on the good chocolate bars. And I'm going to go to Barcoon to sell the chocolate bars for extra money. That's not a hanger, Barcoon. Honestly, he can have the clamor. It's never happening. Oh my. Okay. We have the exact Exodia. Maybe we go the distance. I say the exact Exodia. I suspect we don't have the exact Exodia. Because I'm currently relying on headset and stop toggling, I don't have the rest of what you need for hanger. You don't want to free fall sim in the hanger build. There's a couple of other tools we can use. We don't have them yet. So there's not really a way to assemble this that makes any sense with what's left. Like, I can do this. It's not very good though. I'll give it a shot at my monster fight, see if I'm underestimating it, but I'm almost certain that I made something worse by running it this way. It should be fine to kill pretty much anything though. I guess I want to go Wandering Shoal just to push gold value. The feather is nice, but I don't think I need to go for feather. I'd rather have the chance of doing something broken with thick-eyed. Yeah, so the issue is like, this isn't that much haste. This isn't that fast. It's not that much crit chance. The forced flight toggling was way more effective. Like, it does get there eventually, don't get me wrong, and having a gold hanger is nice. It's just that it's a weird, ugly build that's not doing a whole hell of a lot. Okay, so we just run it like this for the time being. Ornithopter's making free fall sim faster. It's toggling both of them. They're all getting slammed down. They're all getting hasted. This is also hasting. Pillbuggy gets big enough, fast enough. That's the plan. Grandmaster can upgrade Pillbuggy. We're doing it. Well, I'll take 4% crit for 5 gold, I guess. What do we have here? We have an insect wing. The question is, do I want that on the Pillbuggy itself or on the low roller? Honestly, the low roller. I don't feel favored going into Estelle, but hey, welcome to being dead on day 6 like an idiot. You don't feel favored for the entire run.
Good luck.
Radar Dome is a great thing to start with. Obsidian and Pillbuggy is worrisome. How's the quest going? When it's flying, it has 3x multicast, huh? Guess I'm dead. It wasn't flying during the first activation. Unfortunately, I think it goes off again. It wasn't flying during the second activation. His build doesn't time out very well. Oh, other people are level 10 already. That sounds nice. I wish I was level 10. I'm not even 9. But hey, we out Pillbuggied that guy by the grace of God. I don't know if I want to use free fall sim in a build like his. That seems questionable. Okay, Pole can upgrade my hanger. It's too late to get a ticket, which is a shame, but oh well. Pole, let's see what you got.
This is talking fast.
It's Stell's workshop. Going day 16, I can't afford workshop. I have to go for hanger. Hey, thanks. So I've got the hanger at diamond. It just, I'm pretty sure it doesn't make any sense still. Like, this is what we got if we're doing the hanger. I forgot to sell the curry for food. It doesn't look like food to me, so I just blanked. Anyway, I'm pretty sure we beat Death Knight. We 100% beat Death Knight, or sorry, Void Knight. So, how bad is it with this iteration? Because I'm pretty sure it's quite terrible. I don't know, it's not that bad. And I quite like having the diamond hanger. It's killing them on the second use, guaranteed. And I have a diamond hanger like this. So with less active items, I'm more likely to full haste my board. Speaking of, a curio for a rocket boots would go a long way with this sort of setup. Little bit too late there. I can get a good chunk of regen by going to gumballs instead. And for the next couple days, the regen will still matter. I'm gonna go to gumballs, actually. I know I don't have a lot of money. I know it's potentially regrettable. Don't care about the sapphire. We're not doing freeze things. Pushing XP would be nice, but I'm 10 already. I'm never gonna be ahead on XP. This has got to be a build that's broken through other means. And at least for today, getting another 50 regen sounds like it's pretty broken. Also, base shield value has some merit, I guess. Go to Barcoon, make 5 gold back. Nope. We are not going to be doing that. We are going to be making another 25 regen. I will save the gold and get the cheap chocolate bars, though.
The more I can help.
Radiant is actually fantastic. Fiery is kind of immaterial. They're dead or they're not. But this reduces the duration of freeze and slow on all of my own items by 50% because all of my own items are affected by this. So yeah, that's really good. Unfortunately, my opponent might just instantly kill me because runabout builds, which I have recently made a guide on and helped to popularize, are the best thing Still can be doing and unaffected by my diamond radiant hanger. Okay, he's doing something else. Weather machine. I'm glad I have that then. He has no infinite nonsense going on. It's just like a relatively fair fiery steam host thing. I think we're okay. Jesus. Oh, also worth noting that, yeah, while it's in flight, it's fully immune, which is pretty cool. Good job, Pillbuggy. We're getting somewhere. We do need to be a fair sight better than this, though. And I would really like to replace the marshalling lights with anything else and actually keep flying. That would be really helpful. Yeah, we'll go Kina here.
Discounts for peace.
Launch tower is most certainly not what we do with this build. And I can't afford to take that, unfortunately. We're not finding the one-size tool of our dreams today. Just gonna go for epic battle, take the extra experience. Is there any real value in cryo mastery here? I mean, I trigger it, so I like to have it, but it doesn't do a whole lot. Yeah, it's doing enough, but like, God, do I wish it was doing more. It just feels nerve-wracking waiting basically the full 9 seconds, even with a diamond hanger to disrupt my opponent. Well, that's very good. That helps with the whole nerve-wracking that I was having a problem with. Neither of these have anything I really care about. There's no way to open a pivot. We're running Radiant Hanger until the end of the run. What if this was the way and you just did it like that? I'm going to try that for just a second. Well, there's no way to get the crit done correctly, right? I would want flight to go on Pillbuggy at some point during this, and the fact that it never does is very upsetting. But lowering this to 1.3 second cooldown seems important. I'll go to Trash Hiding and see if that plays better. Being a second lower cooldown's a big deal, but on the flip side, only multicasting 2 instead of 3 is also a lot worse. Like, it worked. It was fine. I'm not convinced it was better.
I didn't want to hurt you, but you didn't.
Certainly, if I had a rivet gun, it would be much, much better.
They'd be furious.
I don't need this, don't need that, don't have bronze items. The cooldown reduction is neat. I don't mind that at all, but I think I just take the damage scaling.
Not today. That's fine.
Barcoon can't help me. I mean, he can upgrade these. That's not nothing. Barcoon can help me.
Do you have any really small?
And that means it's time to flip this.
I'll never resell this.
Time to roll. And nothing.
I can feel my leaves fall.
Quixel, give me a hand. I don't care about the regen. I have enough base regen. If this is just flat 10% health, maybe it's worth grabbing and holding. There are critical items I need to buy. I don't feel like I can afford it right now. Flare gun, thank you. That is a direct step up, and it also means that we don't really need to do it this way anymore. So now it goes down to 1.3 seconds. We can get the cooldown reduction on Pillbuggy instead. Still get our full multiplication. Unfortunately, we have no additional burns. This will run out, but it will still help to speed us up just a little bit. I think this is the best version of the build I currently have. Yeah. It is a Vanessa, but if anyone's crippled by Hanger, Vanessa's crippled by Hanger. No, if anyone's crippled, it's Dooley, but Vanessa's in second place. What are we looking at? Oh, he's just slowing us? I don't like the tripwire. Not a fan of that shit. I think we should be okay. Like, it's gonna be a lot of burn, but I think we should... maybe it's not gonna be okay. That's so unfortunate, man.
Defeat does not
Nothing's unfortunate, we're fine. Easy win, not getting robbed by tripwire again today. I've lost this tripwire Odie Mask Darkwater shit before, and it's always very, very tilting, because it's just like, it's Caltrops, but I'm not expecting Caltrops because they're not Pig. I don't know. Caltrops is only okay when Pig's doing Caltrops. If anyone else does, I get very salty about it. Happy to go Tox Clocks, look for a better flare gun, better Ornithopter. None of that. I don't think I can justify a multi-tool either. Kina versus temp boost. I think it's got to be Kina.
Make deals, not war.
Not seeing a lot to be hyped about there. That is something to be very hyped about. That makes the build tremendously better. Obviously, I'd prefer to have plus 1 second haste, but I think with as few items I have, this should work out to be basically permanent haste. What is Awakened Primordial's text again? Heated Shells actually does a little bit here. Not a lot, but a little bit. When you use a small item haste to burn, poison, or freeze item for 1 second. Yeah, you can do worse, I guess. This could be the start of one hell of a comeback, but I have no confidence right now, even though we have Diamond Expert Pilot. Curio versus 50 regen. It's such a funny way to look at it. We're definitely done with that. We can make the room if we do gumballs. If I go to Curio and I get haste, I'm not even convinced it's doing anything. Like, this haste 3 separate items, its own cooldown is going to be 1.3 seconds at first. I do like increasing the base burn of Flare Gun because I only have 3 seconds of minus 1 second cooldown. But I think that's just enough, to be honest with you. I'm going to go ahead and push my regen value here. We're going to go for gumballs, which I guess means I should have sold this previously, but oh well, here we are. Toss all this shit. And do it again. Last shop is Midsworth. Is there anything Midsworth can do for me that I particularly care about? Upgrading Flare Gun and Ornithopter are both genuinely good, so yes. He's probably just gonna waste my time though. Oh, nope, he actually did something. Should have bought the hammer first. I'm willing to admit I made a mistake. I was so happy to see Flare Gun, I didn't really think beyond that part. Okay. Vanessa, I'm really not too worried about. I find that hanger builds are very, very favored into Vanessa. Ignore that I just nearly died to one. Obsidian Ballista, that's scary as hell, with Juggler. Well, thankfully his small items all take a little bit to go off, but I'm gonna need to kill this man before he goes off. We did not crit the first volley, but I think we'll be fine.
Like my crew says at the bar, another round.
Yikes. What a scary thing to see. Juggler, Obsidian Ballista, Katana rivet gunning battery into 12 ammo shuriken. We're fine though. Not quite fast enough, especially into hanger. Temp shield does nothing. Weapons can give me a Pillbuggy, which like it goes from 60 to 80 to 100, I think. So going to diamond here is honestly not the biggest deal to me. It's fine. I wonder if regen is more valuable. Genuinely, I think it is. I think regen is the better thing to go for here. And I'll go to Andy, look for some upgrades. Well, oh, I could have sworn I had room for all 4 chocolate bars. Not a big deal. Yeah, I'm going to try to push the hammer. Getting a diamond upgrade on something is going to be worth it. And upgrading the goggles is actually a big deal at the end of the day, so I'm very happy to find the wrench finally. I'll take the extra experience. Not that anything he has really helps me in any way. Yeah, there's nothing here for me. But Pillbuggy is getting progressively more dangerous. It just doesn't scale the crit quite fast enough because we only have silver goggles. Having those at diamond would be a huge aid.
I think we're heading for a recession.
The second hit's absolutely terrifying and still pretty fast though. No rivet gun still, I'm realizing.
Upgrade everything.
I was considering upgrading the goggles, but with the wrench, that would be crazy. I'm gonna go Forja, upgrade the Pillbuggy. Oh, it's 120. It's better than I thought. We just need to live a couple more days. It's not that much to ask, right? Toss this, pick up another 50 regen, just do what I can to make myself stable. It's obviously not gonna matter on day 16, but for making sure I don't drop dead today, like that tripwire guy probably killed me if I had base regen values, right? I don't know. It could be true. It feels right. What is our last shop looking like? Midsworth or Gampa? Honestly, I don't mind the Cinder. This is only 9 burn. It wears off eventually. Getting Cinder so that it's not going to fall off between activations is kind of a big deal. And as I've been saying, Vanessa's not the one I'm scared of. Like, Vanessa can do very scary things, but days 10 through 13, I'm pretty happy to see Vanessa usually. All right, not that kind of Vanessa. Is there anything making it stupidly fast? He has a hasted gold robot. That's honestly not that great, but it might be enough. Oh God. I'm fine. Not even close.
I've got another salvo.
Thank God it was the deadly enchant and not literally anything useful. Oh man.
Anything can be improved if you
Yeah, that's what I was thinking was going to happen. That at the end of it, it would just come down to who went off first. You have the guaranteed crit now with the gold here, so that's nice. Ayla can help me push my tools for the hammer. Try to get this to diamond today. Alternatively, I can keep pushing regen. I have 248. I could have more. I mean, honestly, the blue gumballs aren't nothing in the first place. Yeah, fine. I'm going to toss the wrench. I don't need it anymore. Move this over, toss the food, and go buy some gumballs. Man, I'm bad at counting. I have no excuse. And it would appear that my computer is still struggling for whatever strange reason. I'm gonna take a small non-weapon item, hope for the best. That's nothing. Toss these, bring the low roller back in. Go for a cooldown reduction for sure. I can't really justify not taking Foreboding Winds or 4% CDR. Those are both very, very big hits for the build.
Return to the Bazaar.
Yeah, it feels good. It's just, I'm gonna have a problem when I encounter, okay, that helps a lot. I cannot overstate how much damage scaling that actually is since I'm tripling the output on this thing.
Here you are.
It's only on the last bit that it really matters, but still, when you use a tool, that's still going off at the same time. I'm already persisting on my burn there. If you have a vehicle, your non-vehicle items are reduced by 10%, so like, I start Ornithopter slightly faster, who cares? I start Flare Gun slightly faster, it's already after low roller, who cares? It seems to me like none of these actually do anything, so I am going to roll for bigger hits. Shield Bash, you say? Yeah, I think I'm gonna take Shield Bash, actually. That seems decidedly good for the build. You want to go for Rocket Boots or for big money? I think I have unlimited haste already, but if I were to encounter a high slow build, I wouldn't. I'm gonna go for Rocket Boots to try to beat like tripwires and the like. There's also a bit of crit, a bit of damage. There are things I can find here, but not a lot really. Yeah, I got the Clockwork Blade, so that's nice. Fine, I'll take everything I can. And I guess I can also take the food on Blue Nanas for another 5 regen to break 300. Seems like we're probably good on regen at this point. Barcoon versus Temp Bonus. 5 abates. I'm gonna go Temp Bonus health. I'm not gonna be able to afford 3 tools at Barcoon.
Hi, I'm still
And I don't think upgrading the goggles is gonna be that big of a deal.
This is like
Obsidian Stellar Swallowtail at 800 with big guns. Holy fuck. And it's guaranteed crits. Is he infinite?
I make a lot of mistakes.
Well, he's not fast, I'll tell you that part. Very, very scary that this thing was... It's not 100% crit chance, apparently. It's close enough, too. I mean, it's 90%. It's basically 1.6 thousand DPS once he starts popping off, but he is kind of just an aerial turret build that has to wait to pop off. All right, we're slowly but surely climbing our way back up to an acceptable win count. I don't think I want to go for regen here. I want to go for Goldie and finish this hammer. Wow, thanks, Goldie. Thank you. Actually selling me something. Need 2 more tools, not really picky about them. I don't shield that often. I kind of feel like this isn't a big deal. Defense grid doesn't seem that important either. Gotta go to Midsworth, try to finish my tools, get the hammer online faster. Oh. Well, yeah, that'll do it. That's fine, I guess. So I don't need the hammer anymore. I'm not sure what I'm doing with it anymore. I could sell this for an extra gold at this point if I wanted to. I don't think I'm supposed to do that either. Like, yeah, 50 regen on day 14 doesn't matter a lot, but it's not nothing. Anyway, let's go after Volcus. Just get the Cryo Mastery upgrade the hard way. Am I at a point where there's like not actually a lot happening with the Ornithopter and be better off running the Icicle? I don't think so. I think with Shield Bash, the Ornithopter is worth. It essentially triggers... Oh, I actually got it. I was trolling. That's good though. Take the gold loot. Absolutely. I want the quota reduction. It's something. Hina versus... What am I doing? 1 second off the Ornithopter, it doesn't matter. More ammo and burn on the flare gun, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna take the gold option because nothing else does anything. I'm gonna push XP because it can matter tomorrow, or do I want to push regen again? Genuinely, I think pushing XP is gonna matter a lot more than the regen. So I'm gonna go for that. Board is positioned correctly. It's been going well so far, but I can just get destroyed by a private runabout with like 800 start of combat DPS. Obsidian mag shield. Okay, okay. We have a shot. We have a shot. Is it an infinite combo somewhere? I think he has the shiny infinite combo with the weights. But does it kill me fast enough? It might.
Wow.
It does not kill me fast enough. So what happens with the shiny paper airplane is it starts flying and it stops flying every time you use it. And then sandbags, every time you start flying, it charges it 3 seconds, which is going to reuse it, right? So that's very, very scary, obviously. It's an infinite combo. But behind the infinite combo, there's not like actually a lot happening. Like the mag shield's very scary, but it's just triggering every internal. Like the actual output of it is very scary. Yes, absolutely. But as far as infinite combos go, not actually quite enough to kill quickly on day 14. It is very good. I was surprised to win. We barely got there. We were 300 health from dying, and I don't know if you've seen how much regen I have, but that lunchbox is why I'm still going. Day 15 and 2 more to go. Can we run it the distance? I think I'm supposed to keep pushing the value. Pretty obviously we're never running a headset again. I can sell that. We don't actually need it for reducing roll cost. I'm not rolling that many shops from here. It's an Andy. What do I do with an Andy? This is able to upgrade anything to diamond. Cool. Well, I don't think it does anything. I'll go for the upgrades off Andy. It's a free roll, but like, yeah, there's nothing it can actually do that matters.
They said I'd never make it on my own.
And again, since this stuff doesn't matter, we're just gonna go gold skill here. I mean, yeah, that just, yeah. Get the second use faster, because the first use never kills them. And I'll keep fighting Lord of the Waste. I feel like we have a very, very good skill. Shield Bash and Mixed Messages are 2 of the strongest skills in the game. And we certainly have the build to abuse them. 20k crit, huh? Honestly, not enough to guarantee a kill on a broken pig. Just the 1 enchant, by the way. And it's a good win, but it's not quite what I want. I guess that's what Ornithopter's really doing. It's making Pillbuggy immune to CC. I guess I want to buff the flare gun here. Yeah, I'm going to buff the flare gun. Just keep making sure it doesn't randomly fall off to some trivial amount of healing in the late game. And I'm going to take eating contest because nothing else really makes sense. And I am at a point where I finally feel happy with the build and I'm willing to spend the big bucks. But, I don't know. I deal a ton of damage on the second crit. I have a little bit of disruption with my fairly quick freezes and cryo mastery. Like, that actually matters a lot for staying alive here. But Pig can just one-shot me instantaneously. There's the Obsidian Money Tree. There's the Balcony. There's the second health bar. What's the damage? It is 4k with a 50% crit chance. You hate to see it. There's the first death. He didn't kill me on the hit, and I kill him on the third go. Cool. I want to thank Cryomastery specifically for really, really stalling my opponent there. How many of those hits were on the money train? One of them. 2, 3, 4 of them. No, that was only 3, but I think one of them was the Ice Luge. I think it, no, the Ice Luge hadn't gone off yet. I think that was 5 of 6 Cryomasteries on the Obsidian money tree, man. I think that was the grace of God that we won that one, but we get through. Day 16 sell. First time I've ever seen it. We would just be done with the run by now had I not absolutely thrown the early game, but here we are. Gonna go JJ, and the other two can't do anything. Thanks. So, I had been talking about Rivet Gun for a while. We finally found one. Is it usable? I think I dropped the Ornithopter and I run it this way. I have the 3x multicast. I lower the cooldown of all vehicles by a second. And the Pillbuggy is getting charged to the moon by low roller, so we're tremendously faster. We'll test it in our monster fight. I'm not 100% confident in it just yet. I'm gonna take temp health for sure. It's the final day. So normally Odie is insane, but I don't fly anything really. I already have Diamond Expert Pilot. Eject, eject. Give me the 50-50 at eject, eject. No? Guess I'm going for the CDR on my drones and tools.
This is what your granddad believed in. Upgrading people.
I'm gonna go after Infernal Dreadnought just to make sure I don't have anything destroyed by Rex Vex. I want to see how the build actually runs. So we get all the haste. Okay, so it's a lot faster is what you're saying. Okay. Yeah, I do think the Rivet Gun was an improvement.
I'm trying.
Yeah, because we also have mixed messages. I guess that doesn't matter. It goes off immediately anyway, right? Gamble for experience has a good shot of leveling me up. Unfortunate.
They build.
I'm committed to this. Let's do it. You're out. You're out. Bring this in. Toss the food. Get the best chocolate bars. I could have gotten slightly more on the gear Nola if I lose by 10 health. Egg on my face. So, I think this is how I want to do it. I think the Ornithopter has been outclassed here. Ornithopter, Lunchbox. I can upgrade anything I want. I mean, sure. Congratulations, Flare Gun. You earned it. It is a day 16 Vanessa. I said it in my guide. I'm more scared of this than a pig. What the hell is he doing? Nothing good, I tell you what. However, because I have Hanger, I think I'm fairly advantaged into a Vanessa. Heavy bladed hoverboard, deadly shuriken, dive weights, captain's wheel, obsidian orange Julian. It's just a Julian and pop off. How's he? I think he just got lucky opponent RNG to make it this far.
Next time, boys. Less blood.
No, seriously. No disrespect to my opponent. What they're doing is totally solid. Very reasonable way to build a Vanessa. Absolutely a good thing to be doing. Showing the recap real quick. Obviously, they don't get to play the game. They have 1.8 second activate the captain's wheel with diamond barnacle encrusted to haste the 7.7 second Julian. So what's the haste duration on this? Yep, that's what I thought. It's longer, so he's gonna be permanently hasted at 5 seconds. Julian goes off. Thanks to the haste on this, we can assume that this will probably go off at like 7 seconds, and it'll be getting, you know, all the damage in the world. Every time the shuriken resolves, it deals 1.4 thousand with a 50% chance to crit. This deals 1.4 thousand, and that deals 1.4 thousand and proportional burn. And like, I guess with it down to 1.8 second speed and with Obsidian Julian at 1500, I sort of see how he stabilized, but it doesn't look like a day 16 build. Oh, wait. Is that adjusted already? That's 7.7 post Hanger. Okay, there we go. I thought in the recap it didn't show the adjusted speeds. The base cooldown on this man's Julian is 6.5 seconds. I was like, wait a second, that's a very slow shuriken, but that's a very fast Julian. Okay, I see how he got here. It's an insanely fast Julian and captain's wheel. His captain's wheel is down to base 1 second, basically, like it's being lowered by Barnacle, but it's insanely fast. So is Julian. It is fast enough that I can see how it got to day 16. It's not just easy opponents. I do think this, like you saw what I did to the man, right? This is what happens on day 16. That was the second use of the of the Pillbuggy fight, the way it got very fast over the course of the run. But generally speaking, Julian strats just don't make it to day 16 without a stealth glider because of that, right? You have to have an insanely fast Julian for it to be reliable, and honestly, 7.7 post Hanger Dude's got an insanely fast Julian and a big enough one that as soon as Julian goes off, the opponent is dying. So I see why it's working. I was surprised at first, but it is a fast enough, big enough Julian that if your opponent RNG is not particularly brutal, I could see that going 10 wins even in the super late game. But this is the Pillbuggy Exodia. This is the reason people preach Pillbuggy. It's the reason I went into a Pillbuggy when I had almost nothing and my balloon engine was failing me. It's because I know that you can do this. This shit is deranged. We have 60% additional damage and shield. So the way this is working, in case anyone doesn't fully understand how Pillbuggy goes down and why it's doing so much work, every time this is hasted, it gains 120 shield. It's getting hasted a lot because every 1 second, because it's going to be fully hasted with a lowered cooldown from flare gun, this is going to haste 9 things, which will probably end up hasting the Pillbuggy 3 times most of the time. And then every time it's getting hasted, it's getting 120 shield. And it's also pretty much immediately hitting 100% crit chance from the goggles, which are triggering from all haste, not targeted haste. And when this thing goes off, it deals damage equal to a shield and then deals damage equal to the shield on you, which is fine and good when it's not critting, but when it's critting, it doubles the shield value, then determines the damage from the shield value and doubles that as the damage. So it's getting 4 times crit to begin with. Then, because of Foreboding Winds, instead of doubling the crit damage, it's tripling the crit damage, and it's dealing 6 times damage. And then, because of Expert Pilot, it's not the numbers I said it was. Let's do the real math. It's doing 1.6 as shield times 2, times 1.6 as damage, times 3 as damage. It's dealing 15.36 times what it's gaining as damage because of this crit scaling, and we're making it go insanely fast with Shield Bash off of our opponent, Mixed Messages off of our own junk, and the Diamond Rivet Gun here, in addition to just lowering its cooldown by 2.5 seconds with Pillbuggy, or sorry, on the Pillbuggy with the Flare Gun and the Radiant Hanger. And we're doing the same thing to the Low Roll, which are our source of haste and our source of charge. It's all just incredibly strong. When you play Pillbuggy, this is what you're angling for. This is the exact ideal board state. There's like a little bit of wiggle room with exactly how you do it, but it's pretty much always something more or less exactly like this. You will always be seeing Hanger, Goggles, Pillbuggy, and then almost always Low Roller as your source of haste. And then you're just cramming in Flare Guns and Rivet Guns and Ornithopters, whatever makes you the fastest.
See that, Uncle Odie?
It is a very, very strong thing. The reason you don't see more Pillbuggy is because the transition path into Pillbuggy is perilous. If you're like 7-1 with a really good runabout build, there is no clear path to Pillbuggy. But if you're 0-6 on your balloon engine, you see Pillbuggy and you have nothing else going for you, yeah, go all in on the pivot. Just hope you can find it, because that might get you a 10 win when otherwise you had no chance of salvaging the run. So in case anyone's ever wondering what my struggle bus runs look like, they almost always look like exactly this, except for the part where you go 10 wins at the end. I got very lucky to salvage this. But it's usually directly as a consequence of using a build I'm not well versed in and then being overconfident based on other builds I've played way more and losing a monster fight early. That is the #1 way that I cause myself to have a terrible run, and I'm very happy to have salvaged this. Also, no damage to enchant, no shield enchant. We only have 1 enchant because we use our our death upgrade to get our entire board to gold to try to win the next fight, because there was no enchant that could save my board or give me a late game win when I died. So I was just hoping to, 1, get a strong enough board to win on day 7, and 2, sell my whole board for gold and pivot into something better. Those were the 2 main thought processes behind choosing not to take an enchant when I did. I think it paid off for me. Anyways, I'm very glad that I managed to put together the Pillbuggy Exodia for the channel. I hope you enjoyed seeing me save this from the jaws of defeat, because we were very close to flushing this run down the toilet. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.